good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, our first Friday of 2024, our last first trading day of the year, right? We had our first Monday, first Tuesday. Actually, no, not first Monday. That'll be coming up. We had our first Tuesday trading day, Wednesday, Thursday, and now our first Friday trading day of 2024. I'm excited of everything that 2024 has to offer. We had an amazing live Q&A session last night via Zoom, went over some very, very enticing long swing opportunities to enter as we continue to talk about what 2024 has to offer. So far, we've been spot on, and we're looking to continue that consistency. So I'm excited to cap off a great week one here. Dawn, good morning, and everybody joining us, watching via replay from the future. Good morning to you too. Good afternoon, whenever you're watching it. Wishing you many, many blessings, and I'm excited to get into what we have slated for today. So as always, we're here for one reason and one reason only. That's to get 1% better. So make sure that you're dropping that one in the chat and you're not just doing it out of what is it? What's that thing, like a chore, right? It's not just a chore or, in order to get this information, I got to put this one. Make sure you are actually intending to do that, right? That means using dynamic education, dynamic understanding, and dynamic application. That means you are putting forth the intent to get done what you need to get done by any means necessary, right? Not just saying, is there a linear path between me and getting this done? And if it's not, I'm not going to do it, right? Just like we talked about with these long swing opportunities. Oh, I might not have the money for this long swing right now. What about that PlayStation that you barely use, right? Sell that bad boy. You get what? $400 at least, right? That's what them, obviously it costs much more than that, but you go and you sell it off the cuff. That's a few different long swings that are great positions that can turn into 600, 700% return over the course of the next 4 months, right? So it's finding out, okay, what can I do? We're coming fresh off the holidays, right? A lot of people hopefully still have some, if you got some money for the holidays, right? Still have some of that left over, right? Take that, deposit it. Instead of treating yourself, how about you really treat yourself, right? Instead of it just being, oh, I'll go to a nice dinner. How about you park that somewhere for a few months and then you can do something like that. We're talking, vehicle, if that's what you want, right? It's important to understand that we're at a very pivotal time as we head into a new year, and this is one of those times that are opportunity. Not every time is like this, right? There's time like just now in the past few weeks in the market, right? It's been a lot of holiday weeks. There's been chop, there's been this, there's been that. Some sectors have been pushing, but overall, there's been a lot of setting up, a lot of setting up for the future, and a lot of setting up for what 2024 has in store. Don't miss that opportunity because you already have some stuff that's at new all-time highs. You don't want to wait until most things are at new all-time highs to be like, okay, now I'm ready to finally start making money off this. No, this is the time, right? So make sure that if you aren't already a part of this community, you aren't actively trading with us each and every day, that you change that, right? Change that headed into 2024, and you can do that at adamhollandeducates.com, right? But as we go into this new year with what I expect to be a few challenges here and there, you want to make sure that your money is as versatile as, that one cousin or that one uncle that you got to stay away from because they're just too shifty, right? I want my money to be that hardworking to the point where, it can't not bring home more money for me, to the point where other money can't say no to coming along with it, right? I want my money badgering the other money to come home, right, and live together in my account. That's what I want. And that's what we're going to have our money doing all 2024 long, right? And we're going to be mixing in some fun things along the way. So our top news this morning, the labor force. The U.S. is expected to have added fewer jobs in the last month of 2023 as the transitory effects from the auto and Hollywood strikes that boosted November's gains are now in the rearview mirror. Non-farm payrolls, which the U.S. Labor Department is slated to publish at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, are seen cooling to 170,000 in December from 199,000 estimate in the prior month. That would spell good news for the Federal Reserve, which is banking on softer conditions to pull off a soft landing scenario for the economy. Watch the 4% levels. Unemployment rate, which has stayed low over the last 2 years, is expected to tick up to 3.8%, but remain below 4% mark for the 23rd straight month. Similarly, on a year-over-year basis, hourly earnings are expected to grow 3.9%. which would be the first time wage gains have come in under 4% since mid 2021. Any deceleration would be welcome news for the U.S. central bank as it seeks to bring labor demand and supply back into balance in a bid to tame inflation. Last month, the Fed made a dovish pivot, holding its benchmark lending rate steady for a third straight meeting and signaling its intentions to start cutting rates this year. However, if inflation continues to be stubborn and reaccelerates, then the Fed's projections could be subject to change and thus disappoint markets. Keep an eye on this morning's numbers, which can impact how investors size treasuries, as well as stocks that have cooled in the new year following an impressive 9-week winning streak. Now, in terms of seeking alpha commentary, the labor market data is likely, this is a quote, to confirm the disinflationary process, which will allow the Fed to start cutting interest rates as expected. Seeking alpha Amir Tokic. Quote, the reaction of the bond market is likely to guide the reaction of the stock market, which is prone to a profit-taking dip after the end-of-year rally. Chris Lau, investing group leader of DIY Value Investing, also feels that Friday's jobs report is, quote, unlikely to offer any dramatic changes to market participants' rate expectations. Yeah, I'm not really, super like into or swayed by whatever the jobs numbers happen to be this morning. All that will kind of be baked into what we get at open, but we do have a few things that we're watching, like weekly closes on and things like that. But I'm not, super like into whatever this jobs data ends up being. Let's see if we can see how the market has reacted to the info thus far. Looks like it didn't like it, but we have pushed almost back to where we were before that info dropped, right at 8:30 a.m. You can see we had two, kind of big red candles, and since then we've made our way right back up. So we'll see, if the market is truly swayed by this or not. The market going down, are we surprised about? No, right? We're not surprised about that at all because of the analysis, right? The analysis that was provided at the beginning of the week. It was bearish. We're inside of a daily, parallel channel, daily ascending parallel channel. Once we break the bottom of that channel, which we did when we gapped down 3 days ago, we were headed lower. That's exactly what happened. We headed lower and puts are paying. So make sure that you're, taking profit on that. But we've got a strong start to 2024 thus far, correctly predicting and profiting off of this sell-off. In terms of stocks market cap battle, concerns surrounding Apple may soon lead to a new title holder of the world's most valuable company. Microsoft, ticker MSFT, closed out the session on Thursday with a market cap of $2.73 trillion compared to the $2.83 trillion of its tech rival, which has fallen in every session of the new year. Every session since I dropped that reel about Apple having to, have that ban on the Apple Watch, the stock has dropped. While Apple has held the crown since November 21st, it was recently hit with a set of downgrades at Barclays and Piper Sandler over concerns about an iPhone slowdown, hardware trouble, and macroeconomic pressures. On the other hand, Microsoft just added a Copilot AI button to its Windows keyboard and has been forecast to be one of the AI favorites in 2024. Yeah. So that's just what else is new. It's just a battle going on between two very, extremely important and profitable companies. Consumer news, price protest. The grocery retailer may be largely unknown in the U.S., but it's one of the globe's largest supermarket chains with more than 12,000 locations across more than 30 countries. Carrefour is no longer selling PepsiCo products in France, Italy, Spain, and Belgium, as the retailer says, pass plus to price hikes. That must be some type of like foreign phrase. Carrefour's protest against higher prices might be well placed as PepsiCo has raised prices for 7 consecutive quarters by double digits and has even claimed to have shrunk packaging sizes to meet consumer demand for portion control. The maker of Lay's, Doritos, 7-Up, and Lipton Tea saw revenue increase by 6.7% in the latest quarter and is expected to have increased by 10% in 2023. So that's pretty significant for Pepsi, right? And that is a publicly traded company here. Their ticker is PEP, PEP, for the, one of the globe's largest super chains to not sell Pepsi products anymore. It's pretty crazy. And I feel like that is something that will definitely manifest in terms of their bottom line moving forward, which is important to factor in because I do like a lot of like food related stocks heading into 2024. I'll just leave that there. Now, in terms of healthcare news, masking returns. Hospitals across several states, including those in New York, California, Illinois, Massachusetts, have reimposed masking requirements for patients and staff amid a spike in COVID and flu infections. The decision comes as two respiratory viruses gain momentum in the U.S., according to the latest data from the CDC. COVID-related hospitalizations have risen more than 29,000 from December 17th to 23rd, indicating a circa 70% rise over the prior week, while flu cases have reached close to 15,000 in the same period. That time again, guys, I'm gonna try and take everything I can, but it's one of those things where you just don't even know who you come in contact with. The clerk, at the supermarket, it could be anybody. It could be the Amazon person delivering your packages that happens to cough on it. Then you open it up and you wipe your nose, right? So, stay I don't know, stay vitamin C'd up out there. Gargle that warm salt water and just take your herbs and all that good stuff. And if you do happen to get sick, Godspeed, right? Godspeed. I'm speaking to myself as well because I'm always that guy who's asleep and I wake up and I'm like, it's my throat. So who knows? We'll see. But in NYC, all 11 public hospitals, 30 healthcare centers, and 5 long-term care facilities have made masks mandatory, citing potential staffing issues as a reason. In terms of data this morning, ISM service index, we have factory orders as well at 10 a.m. So there's some minor pieces of data that come out at 10 a.m. And then we'll finish up here with our rapid fire bullet point rundown. So iPhone 17, Apple said to get huge camera upgrade amid sales concerns. Motivation that moves you. Peloton Inc.'s TikTok partnership. So Peloton had a partnership with, who is it? Was that Apple or someone else? They had a partnership. Might have been Lulu. And then now they've got a TikTok partnership. So Peloton doing everything they can in order to remain solvent here. Phillips 66, ticker PSX, in active talks for sale of non-core assets. Mobileye, ticker MBLY, guidance sends shivers down the spine of the chip industry. No longer available by Kim, a Kardashian venture goes away. Walgreens Boot Alliance, ticker WBA, nearly halves its dividend payout. Rejected Apple and Disney's request to avoid AI votes. Costco, ticker Cost, benefits from additional shopping day in December, impacting business. McDonald's faces backlash in Middle East. And then Ford, ticker F, U.S. post Q4 sales growth on record EV and hybrid volumes. And then shares under $1. Nikola produced 42 hydrogen cell trucks in 2023. That's crazy. They're supposed to be the Tesla killer, right? Guess wrong. Anyways, that'll wrap us up. First trading week of 2024, baby. Happy to have this in the books. I have to go because I have an appointment at 1. I've got to go early because my grandma asked me to pick something up on that way because I'm heading back toward my, home. So I'll be probably out of office away from the desk from 11:30 to probably 3 if I'm lucky. So make sure that you understand. For my people in the trading group, I'm going to drop Loom videos, but make sure you understand all the weekly closes that are needed, right? Everything that you need in order to manage your positions. And just make sure that you have a great day, right? It's been a great year so far. Again, there can be a lot of changes coming this year. We see constant escalations. This is the first strike by the Biden administration on, I think it was an Iranian official. I'm not sure. I've got to see, but we're seeing each and every day. Yeah, Iran backed militia leader. This is the first U.S. backed strike on an Iranian militia leader, an Iran backed militia leader of the Biden administration. Right, precision strike meaning we dropped a missile on somebody's head and they went night night. We're seeing these escalations each and every day. So all of these things that I'm talking about when it comes to, stocks and sectors that I really like going into 2024, you're seeing the writing on the wall already. Now, is this something that you hope for? No, but is this something where the world is crazy and I want to make sure that regardless my people are okay? Yes, right? So make sure that you're doing what's necessary, taking the action necessary and executing in a way that ensures that no matter what happens, right, you're going to be good. That's the theme of 2024 right there. Still going 1% better each and every day. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. Everybody have a safe weekend. I'm going to go take my zinc, go take my vitamin C. I woke up and was feeling a little sniffly too. So stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys back here on Monday for our next pre-market prep session. Have a good one. Peace.